we deal with many challenges every day. We're involved with AI and SATCOM systems. So the first that comes to my mind as a lawyer is liability. And when we say liability, it's like who is responsible. And in AI systems, when you get these stakeholders involved, which are like in the shipping industry, the ship owners, the AI developer, the operator, who is responsible? Even the data provider, because the AI system gets fed from the data provider because it needs the data. So at the end of the day, who is responsible? That's a huge challenge in my view. And then another challenge is the integrity of data that is fed to AI systems. And when I say integrity, data quality, they need to be trusted data. And it's also the challenge of cybersecurity. And this is where it gets connected to the cybersecurity laws and the protection of personal data and data in general. Another challenge is the fact that is a jurisdictional uncertainty, because this stems from the fact that AI systems are global. So sometimes it is really complex, it is really difficult to identify the jurisdiction of which the law will be applied. For example, in Europe, we have the EU AI Act, but we just need to be sure that for that system, this is the law, the EU law that needs to be applied, for example. So last challenge that comes to my mind is the issue of transparency and ethics. So when we say transparency and ethics in relation to AI, it is related to the following. At the end of the day, it's an algorithm. So would this algorithm be able to explain, to justify its own decision? So it is what we called explainability of AI. Okay, thank you very much for this question, which goes actually to the root of my expertise, because I'm a lawyer drafter. So what I see with these contracts is that they should become live risk-based instruments. So in general, contracts are instruments by which we allocate risks. Therefore, having said this, I think that a contract, a proper contract in this regard, first of all, should define the scope. The scope should be defined of the contract clearly, and then the ownership. Who owns what in this case? Because the AI system produces data, produces information. Therefore, who owns what? Then we need to deal with the performance of the system. We need to describe the system and deal with the performance of the system. How does it perform? What are the issues involved in its performance? Then going through the contract drafting, then we have to effectively and accurately, allow me to say precisely, allocate the risk between the parties of the contract. So it is very important that this instrument serves as a risk allocation instrument. Then we have to decide on the applicable law and the jurisdiction. With regard to the jurisdiction, we should be very careful when we deal with arbitration tribunals, for example, or individual arbitrators who will be called upon to decide on the dispute. These should be knowledgeable. They should understand. They should understand AI disputes in general and AI contracts. So we should be careful with that as well. So in general, these are what should be involved in a contract of this kind.